taking over, that's a promise, not a threat.
Uppercut, season off top, you stop breathing.
Yeah, what's good, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Real Talk, where, as always, if shit's real, we talk about it. I'm your... What the nigga? Are you digging your nose? What the hell are you doing? Wait,
This nigga, come on. This nigga said.
Yeah, I'm your host for tonight. I'm your host for tonight, Pat Scorpio, the New England representative. And as always, I got my man with me. I'll let him introduce himself.
This nigga on some Doja Cat shit. Like.
I didn't even sniff anything. What the fuck?
He came back like, oh yeah, Ring Gang Radio. Nigga, what's good? But yo, what's good, man? And Shutter told you, cause Shutter fucking told you. AKA Shutterworth the God, AKA the GOAT artist, LB Lauderdale Boss. You know what it is. El Capitan, RingGangRadio.com in the building. Let's get it.
Yes, sir. Ring Gang in the house forever and always. And as always, I got my other man with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
Hey, yo, what's good, y'all? You already know who this is. Your boy King P, Bodega Box in the building. Ring Gang Radio all day. Let's get it. Pilot, don't you ever dig your nose on our live cast again. You might get banned for that from the Bodega next time around.
It's like he had all this time and this nigga wait till we go live. Like that's the shit.
My nose was itchy and the camera, I know the camera wasn't working, and this shit.
You put your finger all the way inside your nostril. Like, come on, man.
That nigga trying to get them Kleenex sponsors.
Oh man, this nigga
Comedy. But yeah, I got my other man with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
What's last? I just Pilot, West Coast Avenger, and I guess I'm a nose picker now. Exactly, they never done their nose before. Sorry, I was on camera.
Now, us light skins are much more refined than that.
Yeah, light skinned niggas use a cotton swab to pick their nose, nigga.
Yeah. Anything else is uncivilized.
Concha, he was wilding though, but yeah, that's Concha Pie. He stays elevated above the clouds, and it's apparently in his nostrils too. You know what I mean?
I smoke my lungs out, but never fuck with my nose. I mean, no, that was McGruff. I'm sorry, that's McGruff.
That's McGruff, yeah. And last but certainly not least, I got my other man with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
Konnichiwa, it's your boy Ron Top 5. We here? What's up, Ring Gang, nigga?
Hi, yes. Hi. Yeah, that's from Top 5.
Radio sign. You pick Inoue for knockout.
Yeah, and that's Rome Top 5, aka Chicago Win, because he leaves these niggas in the breeze. You dig? But yeah, man. We had a wonderful fight this morning, Tuesday morning. It started at 8:00 Eastern Standard Time, man. Of course, I'm talking.
Where y'all hold up? Where the chat at? Where niggas at? Cause it ain't like we starting late. Like where?
Yeah, no, we not. No,
and for all the people that was talking shit all this time about Inoue, I just got one word to describe you. And I've been watching all my anime. I can tell you this: baka, 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 baka. That's what you are, baka.
Well, salute Rob D.
Or casual. The word casual comes to mind.
Yeah.
What does baka mean? What the fuck?
Idiot.
It means idiot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because there were a lot of motherfuckers on there that were talking big shit and not know. Like I said, me and LB
where y'all at? I don't see y'all. Where you motherfuckers who was just so dismissive of Inoue?
Yeah, because me and LB were calling y'all niggas out with
where y'all niggas at?
There was some two niggas that they were probably friends and shit coming to the chat.
Yeah, like motherfuckers was on some double dragon shit. Like niggas was trying to tag in and out.
I was on the side of I thought Fulton would be more competitive, but obviously I don't know shit.
Dude, look, this is the thing, but people don't gotta understand. I can't apologize for recognizing somebody is just that good. Like it's nothing against Fulton. He's elite. Even with the asterisks with the I thought he lost to Figueroa, even though I picked him to win. I can accept that, he got the decision. I get it. Mm-hmm. But Inoue is just that good, yo.
Inoue's special, man. He's special. He's a great. I mean, I'm not trying to jump the gun, but I was late too. I mean, because I was really a little late to the party with Monster, but man, he's ridiculous, bro. I was speechless for a while after. Like, I was just in awe. That was crazy.
What can you say? Like, motherfuckers act like we really just giving this man highlights and attributes. Like, we're like, he's this, he's that. He's like, no, he shows us. Oh no. Salute Rob D. Rob, what it do? Salute Miss 702. Like the light skin committee in here. We in here.
Yeah, that was performance of the year to me. I mean, easily right now. You know what I mean?
Of course.
Yeah.
Because like I said, because and this is just a culmination. Because I mean, like when this fight was made, everyone was fucking with it. It was cool, and there was a lot of professionalism. There wasn't any of the bullshit until last week.
Yeah, the last 2 weeks of this promo, niggas just jumped out the window.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. This was probably one of the most devastating, one-sided main events I've seen in a minute.
Yeah, it was supposed to be like, I thought it would be more like, to some degree, Kevin Kelly versus Hamed, not fucking.
I mean, niggas was saying it was a 50-50 fight.
It was supposed. I mean, it was.
Fulton ain't win around, yo.
Fulton looked. I mean, I don't know if he was shell shocked at the beginning, but he didn't do that. I mean, he had nothing for it.
All that bully shit niggas is talking about, like, I read Breadman mailbag and all this. He's gonna box and this, that, and he's gonna bully this, that. In my head, I'm like,
yeah.
And y'all are giving niggas, like, y'all wanted Fulton to win so bad, y'all just started giving him attributes. Y'all started seeing shit that wasn't happening. Motherfuckers were saying he was making Inoue miss. I'm seeing all types of shit on Twitter. I'm just like,
I mean, I'm just more flabbergasted because it's like, like Fulton has 8 KOs, and motherfuckers was talking about, well, Slickness will sometimes notify his power and speed. I'm like, this motherfucker has 8 KOs. Like, you got,
that's what I'm saying. Like, you don't even see Fulton hurt people like that with body shots. Like, even Chris Berta hurts you with a body shot. Like,
most people did have to can't even remember what last time they even seen Fulton score a knockout. The pro were even watching, we were checking for this nigga when he last scored a knockout.
Yeah, he put punches together well. He's good. But a lot of shit was just like, y'all gotta know the difference between predictions and wishful thinking, hopeful thinking type.
No, Albie, they didn't know difference between. Like, what are the rules for wrapping your fucking hands and what, especially in different countries.
Among other things, yes.
Honestly, that was the shit that was pissing me off even before the fight. Because when Coach Raheem started talking that shit, I'm like, nigga, that should have been in your contract discussions, your talks, or whatever. That should have been kept to the side. And you should have done your due diligence to see what was legal. And so they took an issue to which has legal wrappings, and they turned it into a whole bunch of bullshit.
Yeah, I felt like they wanted to garner a little last minute buzz and people rooting for Fulton, but it's like, when you do that, when you put more eyes on a nigga, like, you gotta deliver, and all y'all did was just sit and piss it Inoue off and. Yeah, him just beating your ass.
Yeah. Between that and then the steroid accusation, even though the motherfucker is on social media taking blood like 4 different times during his camp, like,
yeah. See, y'all believe in motherfuckers who can't decipher tweets, and niggas is acting like they're fucking friends with Inoue and they know shit.
And with the gloves thing, with the wraps thing, I'm gonna say this, and no, the gloves. The wraps and the gloves, I didn't have an issue with Fulton's team bringing it up, simply because I understood it's just gamesmanship. You couldn't sit there and believe them when they say, "Oh, we're not gonna fight if it's not like this." It's just gamesmanship. But people that don't know how things work took it and ran with it and acted like it was a foul play, illegal play. No, learn how it works. The commission, they're not doing anything wrong. You're allowed to wrap your wraps like that. Like, it's not stacking. Like, y'all gotta stop.
It's legal. Yeah, the wrapping is legal in Nevada and Texas. You know what I'm saying?
So what's considered illegal wrapping? Like, what does the nigga have to do to wrap his hands that's illegal?
There's a certain way that, like, there's a certain way that you put the wraps on, but, like, some people do it where they put the gaze on and then put the wrap
gauze,
over
nigga,
it.
Pause, nigga.
Yeah, pause.
I was looking at the damn knuckles and shit. Put the gaze up.
Pause.
Oh, that, yeah. You see, I'm thinking GAZE, like gaze. Y'all motherfuckers.
Some people put the tape first and then they put gaze on top of it. And
Gauze, nigga.
Yeah, how do you,
either way,
nigga, it has a U in the spelling. Where the fuck is it putting the A?
I don't know. I put gauze. You know, so you put a gauze.
All the boxing and boxers you've been around lately, nigga, you figured this up.
Nigga, what makes it illegal? So if you put it on first, it makes it illegal?
There's just trips and tricks, there's like different ways that they wrap it, and sometimes
Like what is niggas doing?
Every
that's
commission,
treated?
every country, every little place is different. So
Because like that happened.
they could have went about it a different way
but,
to educate the sport. That's all.
And it's not necessarily like it's like a lot of times it's not illegal or like people. Like, for example, like Tito Trinidad, that was an issue with Bernard Hopkins' trainer. They brought it up with Tito Trinidad because the way he wrapped his hands, it was fine anywhere else, but where they were fighting, it's not okay.
Yeah, Tito, Tito had that.
It's very weird. Like every state is different. Every athletic commission has a different way of doing it. So you always have to
run with it and act like Tito was doing some illegal shit.
Yeah. Tito was a dirty fighter. Tito was a dirty fighter and shit.
And that's why I feel like you need like a boxing show that kind of speaks on all of that shit. So when shit like this happens, people just kind of go to them on some like
and be like, what really happened?
Yeah, what really happened? Niggas just be like, this is the real deal.
Our niggas trying to discredit Inoue and be like, yo, he's just a cheating ass nigga from overseas.
Niggas cried. That's the whole point. It all started with the Sean dude and his bullshit, and then it just kept going.
And Americans are wrong with it. Americans would be like, man, fuck them niggas.
And then they ran with the gloves thing, which is that's like I understand the gloves thing, but that's not Inoue's fault because what happened was with the gloves, it's usually in America. When you're getting the gloves, when they sent it to you in a package, and then when you get the gloves in the package, the athletic commission is supposed to take it out the package in front of you and inspect it and make sure everything is good. In Japan, they inspect it before it even gets to you. So like they take it out the wrap, they inspect it, and then you take it. So like I remember. So a lot of people are like, "Well, that's foul play." Because I remember,
that's kind of sketchy. It's kind of sketchy.
Because no,
I don't want some half open shit. The nigga said to me, "Hey, fight with these nigga. I already checked them out." Like, nah, nigga, check them in front of me.
Well, because Nonito Donair's wife and manager Rachel complained about that. She said it wasn't Inoue's fault, but with the Japanese, their commission, they do that and like, well, what's going on? Like this kind of
don't let me just pull up to the locker room and there's gloves in there and be like, hey, fight with these.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing.
Like, what the fuck?
That's how they do it by their commission. Now, the only thing I would say is Japan, maybe they could, if they communicated that first, okay, yeah, I can see why you would get upset. But that's not the fighter's fault. That's not, like I'm saying, all this stuff is being...
Hey, hold on, niggas wanted Japan to do everything. Like, Top Rank could have did something. Niggas is already promote the fuck out the fight. Goddamn, now they gotta keep niggas abreast of the rules and shit.
Top Rank now they're taking credit for like,
Top Rank step in and do something, shit.
Yeah, no, it was just out of control. And it was getting ridiculous, and like I said, just seeing, and it lets a lot of people like just. I mean, Monster's career is already being discredited. Like we talked about this on multiple podcasts, but now it's like, man, who he fought? Donair?
Yeah, but why are people trying to discredit him? What's the reason behind it? What do they want in his face?
The same shit that if you bring up with Wilder that he ain't fight nobody, niggas will argue you left and right, cross the street, upside down to next week, a space podcast. Mm-hmm. But niggas will say in the same breath, Wilder this and that, and overlook his opponents, but then won't apply the same shit to fucking Inoue. And that's why I always gotta just keep my foot on niggas' necks. Because Inoue's resume shits on Wilder's, and they both knock niggas out. So how you respect the one nigga who's knocking out people who are like whatever, but the nigga who's really stepping up and bodying niggas who ain't never been stopped before, and you're looking perfect doing it, niggas is like questioning him. So
Yeah, and mostly, and as we mentioned before, sub 122 is typically not an American type friendly division. Like, it has Americans in there, they compete in there, but it's not America centric. So
right, but this nigga is bringing eyes to that area, and niggas is hating.
Who Fulton?
Like, I've never been a fan of this light of fighting, bantamweights and all this shit. But if anytime Inoue fights, I need to see who this nigga's about to whoop. Cause honestly, I ain't seen a nigga this light pause make me want to watch every time he fight. Like, normally them little light niggas, it's like, all right, y'all can throw hands, 200 punches, all cool, whatever. Like, good job, nigga.
Yeah, good fight. Yeah, but
right.
Ain't no destructive.
Them shits go to distance every fight. The niggas don't even get cut at the end of the fight. Like, that shit's bullshit.
Yeah, you done left the D'Artagnan era, nigga.
Yeah.
Inoue is damaging niggas. First round, niggas is looking like they just seen ghosts. Like, yo, get me out of here, type shit. Like, they can't crazy and shit. They can't see this nigga. And I'm unbiased when it comes to boxing because I ain't got no dog in the fight. I'm just watching purely as a lover of the sport.
You mean unbiased?
That's what I meant. Unbiased.
What do you say?
Nah, because you said biased. You said I'm biased.
No, I said I'm not biased.
Unbiased.
I'm not biased.
Yeah, you said not
because
biased.
my bad. I watch the sport and I just look at it as a sport. Like, okay, this nigga got nice footwork. Okay, he turned over his punches. I don't look at it as players like how niggas look at the NBA, LeBron, John Morant, blah blah blah. Y'all niggas probably look at it as fighters too. I'm just looking at it as straight up science, straight up what these niggas are doing
I look at that as well.
When they get in the ring. That's why.
That's what it is.
That's why we having these weird ass, damn Stanny fanboy takes on fights and shit.
It's weird.
That's why I can understand that Inoue is one of the best fighters I've ever seen in my life. At a young,
closest to a perfect fighter.
Listen.
No, I was like, when Abby was saying that, I was kind of buying, but I have to say, this motherfucker's close to perfect,
dude, look, man. Remember, when I say perfect, I mean, like, if you have somebody from, their stats go from 1 to 100, there's no boxer out right now.
Listen, the only
stats are in the 90s on everything. I'm talking about every punch, every pivot, every feint, everything is like in the 90s.
The only thing that can make Inoue better is if he just became like a defensive fighter and just started weaving, weaving everything and going crazy.
He can do that, but a lot of times he doesn't have to see. He did a lot of that earlier in his career. He was boxing more.
Now he weaves with a purpose. If he's gonna weave, he's gonna throw something underneath it or over the top.
Devastating.
It's vicious, man.
The nigga's nice.
See, people didn't see. A lot of niggas, they get their feelings hurt because they think every puncher is from the same mold in boxing. They don't appreciate that a person can be a puncher and be skilled and be precision. They get so used to a nigga just walking in there just clubbing shots. Like that's honestly how Tyson got underrated.
I feel like the Denier test set this nigga up for the future. Now he'll be ready to take on anybody.
He'll be able
to take on. He'll be able to take on anybody from now on because that Denier fight really it rocked him.
Yeah, it was a good fight.
It rocked him. He was like, "Fuck."
Nah, the second one, pilot.
The first one, it was a reality check for Inoue because he's like, "Fuck, this nigga is just as good as I am," but I need to show him that it's my time now, type shit. So buckle down. Chin up, let me handle this nigga. Second time went in there, what he do? Clean house. That nigga's not playing with niggas
at all.
See, this is the thing, like, Inoue could fucking box. Like, I remember when I was telling Pat about Inoue years ago, I was like, dude, Inoue is like a cross between Sugar Ray Leonard, Golovkin, he has a little Roy Jones, like, and those are like polarizing, like, boxers. You look like, how the fuck you got go? But it's because he could do their strengths great, like he could do their strengths as great as they can and still do his own thing. Like he could box and move footwork and blitz around the wing and do all that. So yeah, he's not gonna teleport like Roy Jones,
right?
But as far as offensive footwork, that shit's amazing. But
if you
put it like that because
look,
you don't have
the
to.
eye test would have told you that Fulton had way better footwork than Inoue. But what did Inoue do? His game plan stopped his footwork. That nigga had his feet in the middle of he had his feet in the middle of both of his feet the whole fight. That nigga couldn't even go nowhere.
See, because people don't give enough credit to offensive footwork. A lot of times when people think of good footwork, they think of a Laura ass nigga trap meeting around the ring, moving around. No,
doing the shuffle and shit.
Yeah, doing the shuffle. No, good footwork is being able to place yourself in positions where you could defend and offend seamlessly. Dude, Inoue was always in a position to punch, all of that shit. Like, people got gassed off of Fulton's footwork because he's black, he's athletic, and he just appears to look faster. But his footwork isn't that much better than Inoue. It's probably equal.
Well,
and after today, I wouldn't say it was better. Fuck nah.
I think Fulton has very good footwork. But Inoue's footwork is just as good. So
yeah, it's like if Fulton's footwork is a 9, Inoue's is a 10. That's why I said like it's not just about doing shit good. Like Inoue's is closest to perfect. Like he on some Joe Louis shit, but Joe Louis ain't gonna take no Daenerys bombs.
Right.
And that's all due respect to Joe Louis.
Yeah, so like,
Joe Louis ain't had a chin like Inoue.
I mean, he technically, well, no, I mean, it was serviceable. I mean, he only got knocked out.
It was serviceable, but
I mean, he got knocked out
in the
twice.
mythical matchups. A lot of niggas will always be on some like, nah, he's knocking Joe Louis out. He's knocking like, so it's like, but I feel like Joe will get to niggas just as quick though. Pause.
Yeah, but because when LB was telling me about Monster before, like, I was like, okay, yeah, because Monster was impressive though, but at the time I wanted him to go, fight like the 115-4 Kings. I wanted him to get into the mix of that. And unfortunately, situations with Chocolatito getting upset, the fight kind of fell apart.
Robbed.
And he eventually went to Bantam, and the rest was history. But Monster, as he developed, as he went through Bantam, it's like, pretty much it's like, obviously if you watch the WBSS, you saw him go through the tournament, he was icing people that had never been really iced before, and then the Donaire fight and shit like that, like, that should have been enough to tell you that, hey, this guy is a talent, like a real pound talent.
Put it this way, 118, it might be somewhat a shallow division, but he bodied both guys that are fighting for titles in their upcoming fights in 2 rounds each, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so that's kind of, it's lower weights. If you don't get it, you don't get it. But yeah, right.
Yeah, most people definitely don't get it. But then they always say, like I said, they discredit him, and then the steroids, and it was just a whole bunch of disrespect for nothing. His Monster really, he don't speak English.
They made it to where you can't have an honest discussion about Inoue because a lot of niggas, they have an agenda when discussing him.
Right. Yeah,
that's all it is, really.
And I hate this viewpoint that that he has to fight a Black American or to really say, oh, he's really talented. Like, first of all, like why there've been Black American fighters under 122, it's not like it's not dominated by them. It's never really have been like in something like
they shouldn't be the fucking litmus test. Like,
shouts out Sharp Mark II Sharp Johnson though.
Yeah,
exactly. It's not many Black Americans that sit at 122, nigga. Healthy.
Yeah, that's the whole point. But it's like people gotta get past the whole. Like, look, I understand boxing's a racial element. You root for who you are, who you think represents you.
Nationalism and shit.
Yeah, nationalism. Yeah. I get all that shit, but
this ain't the Olympics.
Boxing's still a worldwide sport.
Yeah, this ain't the Olympics.
Shut your mind off to what's going over there because you infatuated with what's in front of you.
Well, to be fair, can I bring up a counterpoint though? Part of it, I will say this. Inoue himself did say, even tweeted it, that the Black American, the style of a black fighter is the style that I would like to challenge myself against.
Yeah, he did say that.
He did say that.
So I think it is fair to bring that up when we say we want to see what he would look like against a black fighter. Not saying the black fighter will beat him, but it's a style that he has.
I mean, of course, it's a fair assessment. It's a fair thing to say. To me, it's ironic because I felt like young Inoue at the earlier weights was fighting like a black fighter. I'm not gonna say a nigga remind me of Sugar Ray Leonard for no fucking reason.
He was just slick. He was just, quote unquote, slick and urban style.
You know what I'm saying? It's like he just ain't he ain't had a skin tone for it. Like, and he's knocking niggas out being slick and doing footwork and shit.
But the way you hear niggas talking about, you think he's just some sort of like mindless like brawler slugger.
Yeah, niggas is talking about Inoue like he's Marco Huck. Like that's how nigga. And I'm just like, y'all really set yourselves up for it. Like Inoue is slick. Like honestly, look, Inoue do all the shit that you niggas be saying Boots could do.
Right.
And Inoue does it, I would say, a little bit better because it's full knockout power and it's against world class elite niggas. Boots ain't get to that opponent level yet.
Not yet.
And
but all the shit that niggas been seeing in Boots, that's why it should just be weird to me because you have classic examples
it's
that niggas are hype up, but they don't see it in Inoue.
Hey, LB, it's a lower weight. Niggas in America care about 135 and up. Come on now.
But then when a real niggas is discussing shit and dropping gems and being on some objective shit, shut the fuck up and listen and learn something. And if you ain't got nothing to add to that shit.
You know what's funny? I was laughing because she got a lot of flack for saying this, but the girl, Nick J, shout out to Queens of the Ring Boxing. I fuck with y'all channel. She said she was like, Inoue is what a lot of y'all think Tank Davis is, and people got mad. And I'm just like, yo, like, where's the lie? Like, and I'm a fan of Tank. Like, Tank is an incredible talent, but Inoue, like, there's levels, and like Inoue to me is at the top tier level.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest difference is Monster. I mean, has bodied the number one fighter
to me. It's
the same divisions.
It's the same argument with Wilder. Like, if you gonna compare him to Tank, all those niggas that niggas just see on some, they're knocking niggas out, cause Tank knocks niggas out more skillfully than Wilder does.
Yeah.
And his opponent level has been better than the niggas Wilder been fighting. Besides what, fucking 2 people.
Yeah, they wouldn't know that because they don't watch the lower division.
They don't watch the lower weights.
And it's funny that we could that comparison was made because Tank's on record saying Inoue is his favorite fighter.
Yeah, he is. Absolutely, yeah. So it's just like it was just a whole bunch, and I said it before the cast though. This fight killed. I think Monster made a fool out of the casuals. Like he exposed the real casuals. Like there was like imagine that.
A lot of hardcores too. Remember we getting clips up there with niggas like, well, I ain't never really watched Inoue fight. The Japanese guy, like
No, Shakur's the Chinese guy a few months ago.
Oh yeah, the Chinese guy, yeah. You know
what? Pat, say what you gotta say, because I know I gotta. There's a point I gotta make, but
it's just like motherfuckers like Ching Chong Ching that tweets and shit like that. I'm just like, really? Like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, it's just like, niggas was just ridiculous with it. It was just like
the baiting's crazy.
The baiting was absolutely nuts.
And that Ching Chong Ching tweet was nasty work. Like, come on.
Yeah. Come on.
This is my thing, man.
I mean, troll Canelo if you want. And I know what account we're talking about. Troll Canelo, but
yeah, niggas can be a little more tasteful with the jokes. Like,
yeah. But Elder, what was you gonna say?
This is my big.
Yeah, niggas saying Ching Chong Ching. What is this? 2008? God damn.
Yeah, niggas with the South Park jokes and shit. Like, god damn.
Yeah.
Maybe think what was that shit on we kept calling the bitch Chinglish, the Black Lagoon.
Hernan Lenny on the comments saying Fulton's coach posted on his IG story that the rematch would be totally different.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Fuck no.
I'm sorry. Fulton's coach
I do not agree.
Fulton's coach is a little suspect, man. It seems like he might be a little,
I mean,
Fulton's coach set him up for it because, like I said, though, like, he made him mad. He made Monster mad. Like, he didn't have. He did. I mean, I was like, yo, you can't be doing stuff like that. And the funny thing is, too, is like, the Monster agreed to wrap his hands a normal way, but I was telling Roman in the chat, like, he's wearing fucking Reyes gloves. Fulton is gonna feel them shit.
That's
like
demon time.
Yeah.
Yeah, what is that? I heard the commentator mention that Reyes gloves and Everlast
Yeah,
gloves. What's the
gloves
difference?
are a type of glove.
What's the difference?
There's not a lot of padding in them.
Yeah.
So why do you,
yo, dude, you
why
know
do
how I be
use
like, yo,
different gloves? They should use the same gloves then. What the fuck?
No,
That's
not-
an advantage.
some niggas don't want to, dude. Remember how I be like, yo, ball your fists up tight in a clenched ball, like when we do the mitts. And
They're the
see
same
bitches
ounces,
mitts?
right?
Yeah, they're the same ounces. Yeah.
Imagine the gloves with that.
But they're made like not every glove
Nah,
is made the same.
that's kind of cheating.
No, it's not. Because there's still padding in it, but it's just the way that the glove is put together. There's less cushion in there, so it's a puncher's glove. You're gonna feel it.
So would it hurt your hand more or hurt the nigga more?
Both. Both, really.
Yeah, I think Floyd. If I'm not mistaken,
It depends on you, really, though, because some people naturally ball their fists up tight in a clenched fist when they punch, so they're not hurting themselves as much as the boxer type niggas who's trying to stick and move, and they got their hands slightly not in a tight fist like they're supposed to.
I think Floyd said Ray's gloves hurt his hands. I mean, you know, they caused.
Yeah, I mean, if
I doubt Floyd is really fucking punching as hard as he could with a tight fist. Like, it's not in him to do that.
Yeah, 130, he kind of would. 135, he kind of.
yeah, but it all depends like on the gloves. Like I said, if you have hand issues, you don't want to wear Reyes gloves like that unless, of course, you're really wrapping your hands legally as much as you can to protect them. You know, you wear some other fucking you
punch like a motherfucking puncher, not no damn Chris Bird shit.
All I know is we need to fast forward because Tapala is going to be tamales like in 1 or 3 rounds. Let's see what he can do at 126. Let him be undisputed at 122 and see what's happening.
Man, fuck all that, dude. I don't know what's gonna convince y'all. Like, Monster is the truth, dude.
No, I'm saying I think like, after that fight, I want to see him versus Figueroa. I want to see him versus the best at 126 because 126.
I mean, I don't mind the Figueroa, of course.
I mean, featherweight. I've been hyping up featherweight. I think he'd be a great addition to featherweight soon. If he just
got the damn 122.
Yeah, and looks like
get the belts.
Monster's gonna. Pretty much like once Tapales. Although that was a weak ass call out by Tapales, this nigga came in there and started.
He didn't want it. He didn't really want it.
Man, with your chest, nigga, like yo, you want a shot at this title, man?
Who wants that? That dude, y'all up here is like y'all see a monster just jump out of canal and just murk a nigga standing next to you, and that shit just look at you like what's good, and you up here be like, well, you know.
He literally made.
What you want him to do, nigga?
His first fight in the weight class, he never been in. He knocked out the unified the guy by default in the division. That's crazy. I mean, I know it's 4 pounds.
I mean, we're gonna get Inoue versus Tapales. I heard it's basically a done deal.
Yeah, it is.
All the gloves.
And personally, I don't mind it. Like, you know what? Fuck it. Let him unify and then go to.
You see how Inoue just make fights easily.
Well, here's and people are like, oh, he's gonna demolish Tapales. Oh well, so what? I'm glad Tapales won because MJ would have been hiding somewhere.
Yeah, he would have been injured, out of shape, or ducking and diving. Like, chickens came home to roost on that motherfucker. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And then I'm calling Tamales. Tapales can get a nice payday, but he's gonna get cooked.
But hold on, but yo, this the point I want to make that I kind of really see, and it kind of speaks on the state of boxing as a whole, and it really just illustrates why we're losing recipes in the game. The amount of boxers and top level boxers who've never seen Inoue, who's also been a pound for pound top 10 boxer for like the last maybe 5-6 years,
right?
And niggas is really proud of it, and
yeah. And I'm
just flabbergasted because it's like, imagine working at a company or something and not knowing where you rank with everyone else. Like you literally work for a 1,000-man company and like you don't know who's the top nigga. Like, or you're in a classroom and you don't know who's the honors roll kid, the smartest kid in the class. You don't know who's the smartest kid in the school or whatever. You don't know who's in the top 5. Like, that's, and it's your job to know, like, like I can't see niggas like 30 years ago not knowing who a top fucking level boxer was, even though they're from a different country.
A lower weight too. I mean, that's the thing. So let me ask y'all real quick, because 122 is going to clean up, probably be undisputed, right? So at 126 though, who would like? How do you think he fares at 126 right off bat? I mean, against the top, against the champs and shit.
No names out here, man.
Robeisy Ramirez. That's something that's
he
in play.
will beat Robeisy.
He beat the shit out of him.
Yeah, Robeisy. Shout out to Robeisy on the co-main. He did his thing, kind of.
Yeah, he did his thing in the co-main because dude fought like a statue. How you that fucking big and get these knockouts and you over there pawing your punches? Every punch was a paw.
And I feel like he'll never fight Wood just because I don't know. It's weird, I just don't think
he would knock out Wood. Absolutely,
he'll knock out Wood. He'll knock out Wood bad, and I think he'll beat Fernando Lopez too.
Lopez will probably give him a hard fight, but Lopez because Lopez has the power, and he's a very unorthodox.
I mean, so literally, because the one guy that has the belt we're not mentioning is Ray Vargas. I think Figueroa is going to beat him when they fight. So I mean, that's
Yeah, Vargas will get knocked out by Monster, and Figueroa will probably absorb a huge beating from Monster because
that's a good fight, though.
What about Lee Wood? What about Lee Wood?
Let her go though, man. Like,
what about Lee Wood?
I watch it.
Lee Wood get knocked out by Monster.
Lee Wood, are you serious? Oh my, no.
Lee Wood
get demolished.
Yeah,
Inoue.
I don't know. Nah, I can't say that.
I
can't say that yet.
I feel like Lee Wood would win more rounds than Fulton.
I feel like Lee Wood would do better than Fulton.
Yeah, he'd do better than Fulton. Fuck.
The problem is Lee Wood's style would leave him wide open for an upper.
Fulton was wide open. Like y'all niggas, like, oh my god.
My point exactly. My point.
At least one thing we've seen. We've seen Lee Wood handle a puncher better than we've seen Fulton handle a puncher.
Honestly, I couldn't believe
I've seen Lee Wood tighten up his defense and not get hit with no stupid shit and still try to win a fight. Like Fulton ain't been on that.
I mean, honestly, in the fight with Fulton Monster fight, I was amazed that an up jab was more than enough to disrupt the Fulton's whole rhythm. Like, because
it was the power behind it. That's what it did it.
But God, dude, like first of all, the up jab is like slightly slower.
Yeah,
you could read it better. You got the distance going for you. It's under you. You can check it with your glove.
Listen, when you're not throwing punches back, anything's gonna disrupt you.
Yeah, but the thing was, I mean,
you got a point, and that's what I'm saying. Like Fulton didn't come out there like he was trying to really win the fight, like establish shit. Yeah, and he got disrupted, like Pat said, with that up jab.
Yeah, and that's the worst thing you do against someone like that, because Monster only takes maybe 2 rounds until he feels comfortable before he starts attacking. And in those 2 rounds, you got to hit him with something like Donaire did. Donaire in the first fight hit him with a right hand and check hooks to keep him in line, because Monster was like, oh shit, I got hit with some heat. I gotta be careful because he broke my shit.
And if you're gonna use the ring, you better spin out them corners and use a little more angles than just the basic lateral movement that you learned the second day at the gym.
Yeah, and the upper body movement wasn't there. Like he was picking the punches off on his gloves, but that's what he was doing. Like there was no rolling with the shots.
You gotta move your fucking head.
Yeah, and
you're not at an angle. Be at the side.
And funny thing is Monster was actually hitting the fucking shoulder roll. Like he was actually.
Yes, thank you. That Inoue was being slick, and see that comes back to the point where I was like, "Yo, what does Fulton do better than Inoue?" There was nothing that realistically nothing, and it showed in the fight. Yeah, and Inoue as the offensive guy showed better defense.
Yeah, by the second and third round, like Fulton's nose was busted because of the jab, and I think a grazed uppercut too.
He was eating uppercuts. That's what busted his nose.
Yeah, so it was just like, and then Fulton
up jab.
Yeah, Fulton just got hit. I mean, once in a while, Fulton would stay in the middle of the ring, and he would land a right hand, because that's one thing. One of the few weaknesses of Monster is he still catches right hands. He still catches them flush. Yeah. Like if you time him right, but Fulton never followed up on it. Like he didn't do shit. Like when he kept, and then it was just nothing. And then Fulton, and then Monster was just hitting him with the body, hit him to the body repeatedly, hitting him body right hands, and then body, and then throwing like a swift like hook.
That's the one thing Figueroa would do, would follow up on shots. Because I don't think anyone's going to really trouble Inoue unless you follow up with shots.
Yes, Figueroa would have to revert back to his 122 smothering you type shit. I feel like a little bit because he mixed it up with the outside. Inoue will murk him in the outside back.
On the outside, yeah, he would get destroyed. Like it would be nasty.
Figgy tends to leave himself kind of like wide sometimes, like when he's coming in and throwing shots. So like there will be opportunities for Inoue to counter. Like I said, a counter left hook would send him to the.
I mean, honestly,
but see the way Figueroa kind of moves forward, like it's at a little unorthodox angle, and he's dipping, and he's going low, and he's throwing weird shots.
He mastered that. He mastered like that ugly. Like I've grown to like it. That 122. That
like he's mastered it. Like, but if you offset him by starting off like pushing him backwards, like Masego was doing. Like you could really like render him like useless type of in a way.
Yeah, because Figueroa looked like he was struggling with Maxayo a lot.
Yeah, he can if he gets in the ring with Inoue like that, it's over.
He beat Maxayo pretty handily though. I mean, it was like
no, he didn't.
It was like
motherfucker. I don't, dude. No. I don't know what fight you saw.
It was like 8-4 easily. The later rounds. He was.
I was more like a 7-5. Yeah, I wasn't no 8-4.
I was actually more impressed with Maxayo in the fight than Figueroa.
Thank you. I went, dude, and I'm a Figueroa fan. I fucks with Figueroa, but I walked away more impressed with my side, with Mark.
Yeah,
like I felt like, cause remember he was throwing combinations. He would throw the right hand and then step into it, throw another right, like
and moving too.
Thank you. Like he was actually using the ring. Like,
all right, but yeah, you're talking.
I thought he handled Figueroa better than Fulton did.
Sure did.
Yeah.
And Styles make fights.
Yeah, and that's why I just make Fulton like and Fulton had a bigger fighter, but it's just like Fulton just got like during this fight he got ate up in mid range, he got pieced up in mid range repeatedly.
It's the thing, like Fulton's not necessarily physically strong or hit hard. Like he's strong, but not like a overwhelming strong like a Sean Porter or a Bradley where it's like. Right.
Yeah.
He could really muscle you on the inside. So like I felt like he couldn't really do anything.
Right.
Like
and then because pretty much the ending was just inevitable because he was eating so many right hands and shit like that. And let's just say
and that setup jab from the damn first round all the way to the end.
Yeah.
Ended up being one of the nastiest 3-punch combination you'll see all year.
Like a feint to the stomach and then a blazing right hand to the jaw. You know, this motherfucker's head is like a video game. And then he moves.
That nigga's like Pinocchio.
And then
like this.
Yeah, and then Monster lands a left hook that leaves both because there's a picture out there shows him both feet off the canvas, hitting him flush with the left hook, and you see Fulton's head goes like on some Roger Rabbit shit. And then he goes underneath the ropes. Like honestly, the referee stopped the fight at that point. Like I would have not let him continue after that. I was like,
wait, he dropped him the first time or
the first time? Yeah,
the first time he could have stopped it because he was done. Like the way he was on the canvas,
he could have stopped it. Yeah, he could have stopped it.
But probably,
then you have some niggas like, no. See, y'all let Fury get up.
Let him fight.
Let him fight. Like, all right.
But props to Fulton for getting his ass up.
Fulton got up.
He got up, but then he got. He
wasn't good. He was done. Yeah, he was done for sure.
Yeah, and then he went in the corner, and then as Monster lands one more left hook as he's falling, referee stops the fight. So it's like honestly, no one. I mean, that was a Mayweather Corrales. I kind of
knew it was coming. I kind of knew it was coming too soon because when I think by the 5th round, I think Fulton kind of realized that he wasn't going to be able to back foot because he was losing, so he needed to step in and fight at mid range with Inoue, and that would kind of leave him right in the line of fire. So once that happened, he started trying to push him back and fight mid range. 5th round, I knew I'm like, okay, it's only a matter of time. So I give Fulton his props. Great fight, very good fighter. He just ran into a great fighter. So
absolute great fighter,
greatest fighter,
an elite fighter.
He needed to push him back in the first round. I knew if you give ground to Inoue in the first round, it's over. Like that's like what they say about like the like big cats like lions and tigers. If they run up on you, like you back away, but you still keep your eye on them.
Yeah,
you don't turn around.
Make yourself appear big, all that shit. Like,
if you turn around, they gonna think you're prey off rip. But if you just try to back them down, you got a better chance. Mm-hmm. That's the same thing with Inoue. Like, you better off trying to back them down. Mm-hmm. If not,
The thing is, I mean, he didn't say this outright, but this is just me like kind of seeing how things were folding and his reactions. I think Fulton went into that fight thinking that he had the hand speed advantage. And I think once he realized that, I don't have the hand speed advantage, I think it kind of shell shocked him. So those first couple rounds were like a little bit of a shock to him. And then I think by the 4th, 5th round, I think he realized he can't back foot his way out of this because Fulton Inoue is too fast. So, plan B.
Yeah. See, but a lot of people slept on Inoue. It's the whole thing. It's the whole people find out you're a puncher. They in their head they just start conjuring up all types of attributes and intangibles. They think you're slower. And if you're matched, don't be matched up with the urban black kid with the slick style from Philly. Because niggas automatically think like, okay, if he's going against him, he has to be he's the puncher. Oh, okay, this black kid is gonna waltz all around them and shit. This Japanese guy, he's probably he's a puncher. He's probably gonna be slow. Yeah, he ain't really fight nobody. Like all this shit.
And again, shout out and shout outs to Naoya Donaire. Like I said, you motherfuckers were slandering Naoya Donaire's name, and he's a fucking Hall of Famer, saying like, but
who's old?
Yeah, Donaire's the only one to actually make Monster have a hard 12 rounds in a fight. It's like the only one. And he's and like I said, and now like and Donaire wins. Saturday night. Wins Saturday night. Yeah, you put more respect on his name. Like Donaire shouldn't be competitive. Especially after 2 fights with Monster. Like he shouldn't be. Yeah. So y'all have to apologize to Donaire and like say
apologize. Damn it! Like what's that No Limit movie? I got the hookup when the fat kid he start fucking up with the phone with Debo, and Debo's like, nigga, slap yourself. He's like, like harder, nigga, like
exactly.
By the way,
that's what y'all niggas gotta do.
By the way, Donaire didn't even watch the fight. His wife came out and said, stop tagging Nonito, asking him to give his comments on the fight. He didn't watch it. He's locked into his fight.
He's locked in for the fight.
Which is fine,
Yeah, like he got his career. Like ain't like y'all cared. He's the only nigga I know that motherfucker went toe to toe with Inoue and then wanted to fade again, and then didn't even bullshit. He wanted to fade so bad he fought as an underdog, fading up other niggas to get the fade again.
And on top of that, also
he took 2 young zeros. 2 young guys. Well, not Bali already lost, but he took.
Yeah, and it's just like like how y'all discredit him, but you know what? Like y'all just I don't know. Pacquiao did a move, but the Pacquiao Floyd shit, like y'all niggas really wanted to relive the Floyd and Pacquiao fantasies again, son.
This wasn't it.
Well, you know what?
It wasn't gonna happen.
It's funny that we try to compare. We're trying to use the comparison of Inoue and Pacquiao. I'm gonna tell you something. I don't give a damn what anybody thinks about this. I don't give a damn. Inoue is a more talented, more skilled fighter than Pacquiao. Yes, I said it. And Pacquiao's a legend. No hate towards Pacquiao. All-time great. But if you ask me who's the more skilled fighter, I'm pound for pound. I think Inoue is more skilled.
Who's more refined?
He's definitely more skilled. I don't know if I can say more talented.
Especially,
but I would definitely say Inoue, because Inoue is perfect. Like I don't look at Floyd as perfect, I don't look at Pacquiao as perfect. Perfect is when you're like Roy Jones level, when all your stats are like in the 9s and hitting high 9s and shit and low 10s. Like, yeah, Pacquiao ain't on that level. Like, Floyd ain't on that level because he don't punch as hard as Inoue. Mm-hmm. So it's like a lot of niggas like Inoue, like, dude, like I get it, like. Inoue's more skilled than a lot of motherfuckers.
Especially at 122, because when he was at 122, Pacquiao was a one-handed fighter back then. He only had the left hand. So,
but a very dangerous one-handed fighter.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
You know, but he won.
I'll take a dangerous two-handed fighter over a dangerous one-handed fighter any day.
I mean,
I'd rather fight a dangerous one-handed fighter. Like, dude, Inoue's like one of those niggas. Like, I could, like, he would, like I wouldn't want to fight him the size he is now. But just imagine if Inoue was like 6'1", 175 or some shit.
Yeah,
he'd be killing motherfuckers, yo. Like, honestly, like
he would.
And the type of like, dude, you see what Roy Jones was doing to niggas, and the body shots sounded like gunshots and shit. Fucking 4 fucking uppercuts on niggas. Like, I'm telling you, like. Inoue's the most recent perfect fighter you'll get since prime Roy Jones Jr. Like, just Roy was perfect in a different way, like same high stats, but I'm talking about the dominating top level guys and just making them look like cannon fodder. Like, there's nothing. Like, niggas looking like foot soldiers, putties, whatever the fuck you want to call these niggas.
And I'll just say this too, I had a blast reading boxing Twitter after that fight because motherfuckers, like I said before, it's just amazing to me that niggas that have platforms, you know, some very known, and talk about, oh, they watch highlights, or they didn't really watch it before, or actual pro boxers admitting that they ain't never watched a full fight, shit like that. Like,
thank you. That's my whole point. Remember I said that,
ignorance.
That's like, and niggas proud of it.
Yeah.
Damn.
And then they're over here taking this like, whoa, we can't beat Tank. Like, first of all, Fulton was not the baseline. Fulton was a good fighter. Fulton was just a means to an end. But
niggas acted like Fulton was Tank.
Yeah, exactly. Now it's like, oh, we can't beat Tank. Like, I mean, can't you like first of all, Tank is
get this, yo. You can't be my big brother though.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't be my cousin though.
Like there shouldn't even be any talks between him fighting Tank, because they're 2 or they're 3 divisions.
Man, Tank got so many great fights.
Yeah,
I mean, I'd rather see a Navarrete Inoue fight. Yeah, I mean,
right.
Let me ask
that's
you
more realistic, and even that's like 130, nigga.
Let me ask you this.
I'm gonna say that I think he'll be Oscar. I think Monster could beat Oscar Valdez. Fuck it.
Of course he can. Yeah.
What the fuck? Of course, nigga. Like,
he's at 130. I'm just saying he's a former 130 champ. That's how I'm just, you know.
Yeah, I think Lopez would be a harder fight for Monster, nigga.
No, I think Navarrete would be a much tougher fight for Inoue.
I think he's moving up. I think Navarrete's gonna move up shortly, though. I think like it's not gonna time.
So I think Fulton's definitely moving up. You think he'll become a champion at featherweight?
He can. Yeah, I don't see why not.
I feel like he's gonna run it back. He's gonna probably run it back with Figueroa. I think Figueroa is supposedly Mauricio Telemon said that Fig is gonna fight.
Yeah, and Figueroa better have watched this fight and be like, man,
Ray Vargas. He's fighting. Isn't he gonna be fighting Ray Vargas?
Yeah, it's supposed to be fighting Ray Vargas. There's no bait announcement. Probably end of the year.
He's gonna put his foot in Ray's ass.
He should split.
I hope so, because he was supposed to put his foot in Mark's ass.
That boring motherfucker. I'm sorry, Ray Vargas is super boring, bro.
Yeah, and that's why. Listen, I need Ray Vargas has to pay for all the boring fights he put me through at 122. Put me to sleep in most of those fights. Oh my goodness, nah. He needs to pay for it. Pay your debt.
Yeah, so like pretty much now. I mean, the future is. I mean, and one thing else I gotta mention too: the Japanese crowd. Like again, Japan has shown himself to be the place where like boxing is treated like it's actual, like it's a top quality sport. Like, you know, they were like, let's put it this way: if Fulton was like, say, in Philly or whatever, I'm pretty sure we would have heard like boos and jeers and shit like that. Probably the Japanese audience actually gave him a standing ovation as he walked back. as he walked out the ring and walked back. Like, everything about it was
felt like
I'm just glad
episode.
I'm just glad there's no more clap crowds because it wasn't. I think it was the last year they finally took away where because before Japanese fans weren't allowed to cheer. They had to do the golf claps, and it was like, oh my goodness, I don't need no clap crowds. Like, give me some actual cheering. But they cheered, but they were respectful. So
yeah, but no, we heard them cheer. Like when that motherfucker landed that ultra killer combo, like they was cheering.
Yeah. This nigga was moving with the combination. You don't see shit like that too often, man. Like, Inoue skills are next level. Like, there's nothing that he can't do in the ring and at a high level.
Andrew, you're right. More boxers are giving him I know Keith has actually said he's a big Inoue. He's actually been to 2 Inoue fights. Like, then people on Twitter getting mad. Oh, Keith, why you showing so much love to Inoue? Because Inoue's a great fighter. It has nothing to do with Fulton. Oh, see, that's what I'm talking about. Like, oh yeah, you supposed to root for Fulton. Like, why he supposed to root for Fulton? Like,
niggas got to get this insecure shit out the way, bro. Like, niggas is killing me with this. Like, you're not allowed to admire any other boxers or anybody outside your country or race or anything. You just programmed to just like y'all niggas don't even want to do that with music now, but y'all trying to gatekeep boxing?
Right, exactly. So it's like boxing is worldwide. It's not in America. Like, I know motherfuckers want American fights and but it's like
y'all can learn from these motherfuckers. Boots need to fucking watch some monster fights and cut off the fucking ring. You like all this. That's why, like, dude. You know how they always expose punchers when you get a nigga who moves in front of them. You try to do that with Monster, it doesn't work. You still get bodied. Like, that's what I'm talking about. Perfect fighter. You drop any nigga out of the desert and you just put him in front of Inoue, and he just takes care of them. No matter what they do.
And let me just go through the comments, because I know the comments have been commenting out there. So let's go up top. I know Android, he tapped in salute. And, he says it's still sort of buzzing at that performance. When it's in all-time great cat tonight. Yeah, exactly. Like that. And then Bafaniel, salute. Fulton got iced. Yeah, like I said, it was unfortunate. Like I said, because we all are high on Fulton. Like, we're not thinking that he's like a bum or a jobber or anything. I mean, Monster treated him like a jobber, which was surprising. That wasn't in the plans, like, for that to happen.
We all had him in our top 15 list. I feel like pound for pound or close to it. You know what I mean?
Fulton's definitely top 15.
I had Fulton in my top 10.
Yeah, I had him
Fulton was in my top 10 too.
I had him like at 11. I had him like at 11 between him and Haney.
Because remember, the fight wouldn't even have the appeal it had if Fulton wasn't looked at as one of the top 15 fighters in the world.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. I was expecting somewhat to some degree Kevin Kelly and Hamed, but we got Barrera. Hamed. It's like fuck.
We definitely didn't.
But much worse beating basically still.
Like Inoue is like warp speed. Fulton's like Nightcrawler.
Right. And then
it's cool, but it ain't warp speed, nigga.
Right. And then let's see. And then of course Andrew was talking about, of course, we're talking about the rapping and everything. And then Chris Brand, hopefully the fight Saturday is competitive. Well, like I said, if you think social media was crazy today off this shit, Saturday is going to be even like 10 times worse.
Whatever happens, somebody going to be hurt and they feeling.
Yeah, and I've been pressing people all day about Monster Fulton. I've told people from jump, like, I think Crawford's going to win. I already know if Crawford doesn't win, I know I'm going to get pressed. I know people are going to come at me. Like, I'm already expecting it. Like,
Thurman fans, we just waiting to just say, hey, that's what he get. All right, that's what
I know. This nigga Rome is probably waiting to come at me, because if Crawford was like, these niggas say, well, you talking about that car crashes and shit. Fuck the car crashes, nigga. That type.
Yeah, you got. No one's gonna want any excuse anymore in boxing. Like, I don't care if you fell out of a plane, you crashed 2 cars, nigga. Spence did it. Like,
exactly. Yeah, I know this nigga won't come at me on that one though.
Spence fought top competition after a car accident. This, that, and honestly, I won't argue against it. I'll be like, you know what? Like, that's I'm proud of the standard Spence trying to set.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then
Like,
let's
you
see.
just treat your career with a purpose, nigga.
Right.
Because your one stat I want to bring up that was on ESPN when they said notable 4 division champions, and they had Inoue, Daenerys, and then you had Leo Santa Cruz. And it looked like one of those damn workbook questions back in the day where there's like, it's such and such, such and such, such and such. Name the group or thing that doesn't belong. Like, I'm not saying Leo Santa Cruz ain't quality. He's a good fighter, yada, yada, yada. But when you think 4 division champion, you don't think of Leo Santa Cruz.
No. To me, Leo Santa Cruz...
They'd have been better off putting Broner, even though his shit... Because it's like Leo Santa Cruz, you just like, oh my God.
Leo Santa Cruz, all the elite victories he had, you know, they all left once he left. Yeah, like, you know, I don't care about the Frampton win either. Fuck the Frampton win, like, you know.
Not when he got his ass whooped the first fight. And see, they never win a third fight, so it's kind of like you got your lick back, but the fight was too, like, both fights were too competitive, close, like, to not have a third fight. But you're fighting Abner Mares twice.
Yeah, exactly.
And a fight nobody wanted the first time.
Right, exactly. And Andrew, I know
my bad. I was about to read Christian. What you about to say?
I was about to read Andrew because he said, speaking of Ennis, Bozy was still in denial. He said it was more Fulton not showing up than Inoue.
No. It was like Bozy, but Bozy's being a little silly now. Stop that.
That was in there. That was Inoue's greatness showing. I mean, that was the monster showing.
Yeah.
Why his name's a
It was a game. It was a wrong, and that's why I wanted to get into Chris comment. And I mentioned this on the last week. Like, all that boxing shit wasn't going to work with Inoue. Like, it would have just been better off just pressing him from the jump. But you got to have a certain temperament and nastiness about yourself to do that. And you got to be willing to, you know, take some fire.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you're going to get KO'd in 7 rounds, it better get KO'd in a shootout and, you know, kind of do your thing than, you know, get just systematically destroyed. I see what he said. Fulton tried boxing him the whole time when he should have just bit down and fought back. I don't think Fulton has that level of nastiness in him like the old Philly fighters. What niggas told me he did. Hold on, bro.
See, I'm not gonna say that he doesn't have nastiness in him. But I just think he played his cards completely wrong on this one. Mm-hmm. And he wanted to show something different. And
he probably got the biggest payday of his. He got the biggest bag of his career. So
yeah,
niggas underestimated.
And I mean, he could have. You know, I mean, salute him. You know, I'm not trying to. I just think he could have avoided that fight. People were saying he was ducking for the longest time for no reason. You know, before anyone even moved up. Oh, he's gonna duck in a way. He didn't duck him. I mean, you know, it happened. But at least he could have just cut the paydays and kept the zero. But you know. Yeah,
I mean, look, because now I think the final number that Fulton got paid is $10 million. Like, you know, because I said it was 8. Yeah, so you know, that again, that's the reason why he went. It was held in Japan instead of in Philly, y'all. So yeah, like Fulton got paid for, you know, to lose.
And people gave a damn about the fight. Actually, like people promoted the fight. Like there was advertisements, like
posters in their
how they
train
papered up the town.
Yeah, that was nice.
Yeah. And then Andrew says a lot of people in Philly are giving Inoue props now.
Redman,
YSM's channel, and also other channels like Ego, Dante's, Blue Blood, all giving Inoue credit now, saying they were wrong. I mean,
getting scrambled for y'all the niggas that damn look at shit objectively, but
exactly. You know, instead of clickbaiting and, you know, doing or in other baiting that y'all be doing, it's like,
look at the goddamn. See, because what's bad it is the level of these niggas' platforms, and they're supposed to be ambassadors of the sport.
And they don't know the sport, but you know, they got the followers and the clicks, whatever.
Yeah, and it's like that. A lot of times, it's like niggas. You know, you could elevate the sport and do better, but you just take the easy way out.
Yeah, but niggas are too committed to the grift. That's what the problem is. Like, you know, it's just like they know better, but you know, it's like, you know, but if you want to be on some, you know, being contrary and all this other shit is
all right. You're not. We don't take Southpaw seriously.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie.
He's only there for funny sound bites to laugh
I watch his videos. I watch the video. He has good editing. He has good editing skills, but that's
not gonna take his serious.
He has funny editing skills.
I'm really check. Hey, suspicious. Check the samples. I'm like, oh my god, this is like all his samples came back clean. What are we talking about?
Right. Niggas just wanted something to be. It's like no one could just give Inoue the credit, like. Right. So like y'all just want to keep
some people
niggas up to take them beatings.
Like you said, some people are. I mean, the sensible fans to some degree are, you know, as they should.
And respect to them, the sensible people. But it's just like I don't know why it's like every year we go through this with Inoue. It's like he has to put the beat down on somebody every year, and y'all niggas still question it. Like I've been having niggas question me for having Inoue top 3 pound for pound, number 1, whatever. For years, like even before the Donaire fight, when the Donaire after the Donaire fight, like I'm thinking like, okay, you know, all right, like no one should bother me now. Like, you know, I could use number 1.
Yeah, that was a special nigga right there. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and it's like motherfucker still was on some like, nah, I don't see it. No, like niggas is on some like. Like I mean, Wade didn't do it himself. I mean, he had Shaq, and he's like, but this was old Shaq. But Shaq was still like a top nigga though. But like, really, like niggas just kept like moving the goalposts. So he bodies Daenerys, he fights Daenerys, bodies him this time, and it's like, okay, but Daenerys was like 100 years old. Like they turned into the dumb motherfucker at the damn Coming to America barbershop.
Yeah.
so now Fulton gets the same treatment all these other niggas got, and now niggas is like, damn, we running out of niggas. Fuck it. You know what? We just gotta recognize this ain't a Pacquiao situation, or you know. And I don't know why people like. And Pacquiao has skills, like he's crazily skilled. Like you don't get to his level without being skills, but for some reason. I guess the athleticism. So people don't look at that as skills.
Right.
But in a way, like since he's not jumping all over the place and he's not as flashy, but he's still flashy. He still moves and all that. It's like niggas really gotta settle down and just accept it. Like, you know what? You know, Asian motherfuckers could like be devastating punchers, boxers, whatever. Like, there's niggas people could be something outside of the mold that I'm used to seeing them in.
Exactly.
And I think that's the most major takeaway from this. Like, it's okay to, you know, niggas is on some, if you're a black American rooting for Inoue, you're a coon, this, that, you know, niggas like y'all could suck my dick, actually. Like,
word.
You know, disrespectfully, like, everything. Like, you know, I done took a piss, all that shit. Like, because it's like, it should never be that serious. Like, I know it's a little bit of like, niggas get a little bit of Golovkin flashbacks with Inoue. I know that's what it is too. Like, they get the media kind of sold on him. Then you got like a handful of niggas is like, yeah, we followed Duke Curry from the beginning. Yeah, he's the truth. And niggas is like, no! Like, yeah, I'm sorry, it's not happening this time. Like y'all want it one way, but it's the other way. Like Marlo's. Like, I'm sorry. Inoue is on some fucking like he's on an all-time great trajectory. Like he was already Hall of Famer. But he's all-time great trajectory, you know.
He's kind of getting there for that trajectory. I mean, it really is. I mean, yeah, I can't even...
He is, like...
he's already a legend. I mean, I would say he's a legend already. Fuck it, he's a legend.
The first Daenerys fight was like, okay, Hall of Fame. Right. By the time he had the second Daenerys fight, it's like, okay, this solidified. Butler, undisputed, it's like, that's a stamp. Now, everything after the Butler fight, to me, is like... all-time great now. Like
Just adding on to the cipher.
Yeah, and remember, y'all niggas, Fulton's that good now. We're not taking credit away from Fulton.
You think he tops out Paul's at 130 probably?
I could see 130, but maybe it'd be a little more selective. Because I feel like if you get like a athletic guy who could kind of do everything,
hard, yeah,
he could probably give Inoue some trouble. Like Lee Wood. If you had a Lee Wood type of nigga who's athletic. Lee Wood ain't an athletic, talented guy. He's a guy that you train to teach.
He's got skill
1,000 times, and he does it right. But it's not that extra.
It's not, yeah. No,
that extra little, that little spice, that pizzazz on it. Like it's not you like you're missing the bacon bits off the potato or some shit, or the cheese or some shit, nigga. Or the sour cream, whatever for the non-bacon niggas. Like, sorry. But that's why I think a trouble and like guys in the mold of like a Adam Lopez or Navarrete, guys who could kind of do a little bit of everything, have some power, some physical strength, all the shit that niggas thought Fulton had actually.
Right, right.
Yeah, I'm gonna just be real, like you know, because I was hearing all types of shit like. Fulton this, Fulton that, like goddamn, he's quality, but stop making creative characters. I know niggas want to buy a new boxing game. We'll get one eventually. It just we've had such a great year of boxing. Y'all just started believing and imagining things.
Yeah, and shouts out Chris. Yeah, in a way, couldn't at 122, 126, and 130. I don't know about 135. Yeah, 135.
Man, Loma's gonna be done by the time Inoue get anywhere near 135. Like, yeah, Loma. Like there's gauntlet fights left for Lomachenko right now. Like he can't if he's trying to get a Haney rematch, you got Shakur, you got TF, you got all these guys that Tank. Nah.
Yeah, Monster's definitely not in his career.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen. It's not gonna be like the Chocolatito fight where the boxing gods gave us a miss. Like it really could have happened. Like right, and was really supposed to. There, the trajectories was going. It just that's why Daenerys. It took a little longer for Monster to get out there. Daenerys had to be his damn Hall of Famer and not Chocolatito.
Right.
That's how it is sometimes, and hopefully, like Boots in a similar situation as far as his division too. You wait for that marquee turn your career over fight.
Yeah, I mean, and it's about 25-26 now. It's like back in the day, 25-26, he'd probably be a 2-division champ. You know what I'm saying? Like now it's like 27-28. It's Tim Tszyu. I mean, yeah, Tim Tszyu is about 28 years old. Like it's different now. It's different. Like
sport moves slower. Niggas is less active.
Yeah. And also, Spence did say his grand rival though. This is his last fight at 147, supposedly. So.
Yeah.
So I mean that would mean we'd get a Boots Stadion is probably a unification type shit. Maybe depends on what happens with the belts.
I feel like Stadion has turned into like the default Ortiz for that like matchup now.
No.
Oh fuck! But yo, I think we said enough about this.
We did.
Y'all niggas who ain't really show up, man. Y'all know who y'all are.
Come by, listen, like and subscribe. If come back.
It's all love, but y'all niggas just talking mad shit. Like, y'all niggas ain't here now. Like,
to get this schooling, get this knowledge in you.
Get to schooling. It's a just dessert.
Yeah, no, but